On a summer afternoon, in America's most visited national park, a 6-year-old boy stepped behind a bush to play a harmless prank. 5 minutes later, he was gone. No screams heard by his family, no confirmed witnesses, no trace ever found. More than 1,400 people searched for him. The military was called in. The FBI investigated, and yet over 50 years later, Dennis Martin has never been found. This is the largest search failure in the history of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and the case remains unclosed. Dennis Lloyd Martin was born on June 20th, 1962. He was 6 years old, just 6 days away from his 7th birthday in June of 1969. The Dennis traveled with his family from Knoxville, Tennessee to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. A camping trip was a tradition. Dennis's father, grandfather, and older brother had done it before. This time they hiked from Cades Cove to Russell Field, then continued to Spence Field. Near the Appalachian Trail, it was Father's Day weekend. The weather was mild, nothing seemed out of place, until Saturday afternoon. At approximately 4:30 p.m. on June 14th, 1969, Dennis and several other children decided to surprise the adults. The plan was simple. They would hide behind bush along the trail, then jump out and scare them. Dennis's father later recalled seeing the children crouched at the side of the trail in the bush. Dennis stepped behind a bush separating from the group. For just a moment, 5 minutes passed. The other children returned to camp. Dennis did not. At first, his father assumed Dennis was still hiding, but minutes turned into panic. He ran down the trail nearly 2 miles. Calling his son's name Dennis was nowhere. That's when the family contacted park rangers. The area around Spence Field is unforgiving. Steep ravines, dense forest. Limited visibility wildlife includes bears, feral hogs, bobcats, and venomous snakes. Then shortly after, Dennis disappeared. A violent downpour began. Over 3 inches of rain fell in hours. Trails washed out, streams flooded. Any footprints were likely erased. That night, temperatures dropped to around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If Dennis was lost, time was not on his side. What followed was the most extensive search in the park's history. Up to 1,400 people participated. Park rangers, local law enforcement volunteers, the National Guard, even Green Berets. Search dogs were deployed. Helicopters flew overhead. By June 22nd, searchers had covered 56 square miles. But there was a problem: too many people. Officials later admitted that the massive number of searchers, many inexperienced, may have destroyed potential evidence. Footprints were found, child-sized, one barefoot, one wearing a shoe similar to Dennis's. The tracks led to a stream and vanished. Park officials dismissed them as belonging to a Boy Scout, but a retired park ranger later questioned that conclusion. No Boy Scout, he said, was searching barefoot. Despite the scale of the operation, no clothing was found, no belongings, no remains, nothing. Then came a disturbing report. That same afternoon, a tourist named Harold Key claimed he heard an enormous, sickening scream shortly after. He said he saw a rough-looking, unkempt man running through the woods. According to Key, the man was carrying red cloth over his shoulder, the same color shirt Dennis had been wearing. But there was a problem. The sighting occurred 5 miles away. possibly more by trail. Authorities determined it was unlikely someone could travel that distance. In the available time, the FBI and park rangers found no evidence linking the sighting to Dennis. The lead went cold. Over the years, 3 primary theories have emerged. One lost and succumbed to the elements. This is considered the most likely explanation by park officials. Dennis may have wandered off the trail, become disoriented, and perished from exposure or injury. The rugged terrain could have hidden his remains indefinitely. 2. Animal attack. Some believe Dennis may have been attacked by a bear or feral hog. However, no blood, torn clothing, or signs of a struggle were ever found. Details often present in animal attacks. Abduction. Dennis's father believed his son may have been taken. This theory gained renewed attention decades later and was featured in a 2024 Hulu series. Still, authorities emphasize there is no confirmed evidence of abduction. No suspect was ever charged. No proof was ever found. Dennis, as father, offered a reward for information. Years later, a ginseng hunter claimed he found child-sized remains, but when authorities searched the area, nothing was recovered. The failure of the search forced the National Park Service to revise how missing person cases are handled. Dennis Martin changed policy, but he was never found. More than 5 decades later, Dennis Martin remains missing. No confirmed explanation. No answers, no closure. Did he get lost? Was there an accident no one witnessed? Or was there a clue that was missed forever? The mountains remain silent, and the case remains unclosed. What do you think happened to Dennis Martin? Share your thoughts below, respectfully and responsibly, and subscribe to Case Unclosed for real cases and no easy answers.